Don't move. Breathe once and feel the room steady. I am Michael, captain of heaven's armies, and I am speaking under an emergency seal. Your name was carried before the throne, and the verdict for this hour is mercy with instructions. A pressure has entered the air around someone you love, subtle, polite, disguised as coincidence, but its aim is to drain light, not blood. This is not about accidents or fate. It is a spiritual pressure, an unseen engineering that feeds on confusion and hurry. I have been sent to teach you the rhythm that breaks traps, slow, clear, holy. You felt it this morning and called it a bad feeling. It wasn't dread, it was data. Heaven often speaks to your body first because your mind learned to argue with peace. The shoulder ache that wouldn't lift, the sudden fog in a simple task, the way your phone lit with nothing on the screen, signals. I drew a ring of blue fire around your house before dawn. Step inside it now with your attention. Anything that approaches must present its papers. If it carries contempt, it cannot cross. If it feeds on your panic, it will starve. If it demands you bargain away the calm you begged God to send, it will be turned back like fog against glass. Listen carefully. The threat is not a person, it is a pattern wearing familiar faces. It moves through habits like a draft through thin windows, late-night messages with urgent tones, flattery that arrives when you are tired, sudden plans that require you to abandon what you already promised. It wants the one you love isolated and overstimulated, scrolling until courage blurs, saying yes to things that make their chest tighten. It doesn't need their agreement, it needs their exhaustion. Exhausted hearts sign contracts they would never read awake. This is why I am here. We will keep them awake. I bring a plan you can live, not a ritual you will forget. First, restore pace. The enemy's staircase is built from speed. Slow them down without announcing it as a war. Walk with them at dusk for 7 minutes, no headphones, no agenda. Ask one question that cannot be answered with performance: where does your peace feel thin today? When they speak, listen like a harbor, not a judge. Your calm will become cover. In that cover, I will place thoughts in their hands that land like keys. Second, create a bright habit at the thresholds of day. Morning, a window and warm water. Evening, a light on low and a page where they write 3 lines: gratitude, boundary, prayer. Gratitude, name one small goodness. Boundary, name one thing they will not trade peace for tomorrow. Prayer, keep me inside your ring. Small habits build walls darkness cannot climb. Do not preach it, practice it near them. Humans learn safety by proximity. Third, tighten gates gently. The pressure rides on unguarded openings, accounts with no limits, rooms with no bedtime, friends who call chaos funny. You are not their jailer, you are a steward. Suggest light that does not accuse: let's put our phones in the kitchen at 10. Let's answer that text after coffee. Let's not promise anything until we sleep. These sentences seem too small to matter. They are not. Gates do not have to be iron to be effective. They need to close when it's time. I will show you the mechanics so you stop calling this vague. The pressure needs 3 materials: velocity, make them hurry; vagueness, blur the cost; and vanity, tell them they're special for breaking their own rules. We will remove all 3. Your pace slows them. Your questions clarify terms. Your honor for their soul starves the need to perform. The threat cannot feed where language is honest and timing is kind. There will be signals as we proceed. When you are near the right response, you will feel warmth across your collarbones, as if a small sun rose under your skin. That is my wing passing. When you are near the wrong room, the corners will feel sharp though nothing moved. That is your nervous system remembering old weather. Believe it. If you need a word in a moment, say mine. I will stand. I will lower my wing and the temperature will steady. The one you love will not know why the knot in their stomach loosened. They will simply exhale and choose better. I have also prepared witnesses, ordinary kindnesses that intercept the pattern. A cashier who smiles exactly when shame tries to land. A friend who texts a true sentence without knowing why. You don't have to answer tonight. A song that plays the phrase you prayed this morning. Receive them as supply lines. They are not coincidences, they are logistics. Heaven runs great logistics. Now I will walk you into the exact hour the pressure planned to peak. You know it, the late evening when rooms quiet and thoughts grow loud. Screens glow, and courage thins. The one you love will hover between rest and rehearsal. In that hover, a door tries to appear, just 5 minutes, one more episode, answer or they'll be upset. The door is not wood, it is a drain. I touch the air and a blue ring appears between them and the drain. You place warm tea in their hand, turn down a light, ask a small question that pulls them back into their body. Where do you feel tense? They press 2 fingers to their jaw and laugh, surprised. The spell breaks because presence returned. Do not underestimate these small salvations. Hell needs spectacle to feel powerful. Heaven wins by making health normal. I will tell you what to pray without drama and with authority that feels like home. Put your hand over your heart and speak low so your walls hear it too. Father, set your ring around our peace. Close every door that requires us to become smaller than your truth. Open only what honors our souls. Strengthen our angel. Guide our steps. Seal our name in your light. Then stop. Do not chase a feeling. Peace will arrive like a friend who knows where the cups are. The room temperature will change a degree you can't measure but you can feel. That's enough. You want a sign for your own doubt, a token that you are not imagining this. Watch. I will mark 3, water in a dream, cleansing, not drowning, a key in an unexpected place, authority returned, and the number 333 or 111 appearing twice in one day, not magic. Memo, we are present. Continue. Thank the sender and continue. Do not make altars to signs. The altar is your daily yes. There will be pushback. Patterns dislike starving. The one you love may feel irritable for no reason, then guilty for feeling human. Hold steady. Irritation is often the sound of a bad agreement dying. Guilt will try to turn holy boundaries into meanness. Answer with gentle facts. Rest is not rejection. No is not unkind. Peace is not selfish, it's stewardship. Each sentence is a small sword, use it without flourish. Now, you are not alone in guarding them. I stand at your right, sword grounded, looking over the threshold that used to squeak. Raphael hovers above, smoothing the frayed wires in their nervous system. Tzadkiel keeps a violet flame nearby, so when anger flares at injustice, mercy can quench it before it burns the good. Gabriel will pass some mornings and leave phrases in your mouth that land like courage inside them. If you sense the perfect sentence arrive as if from nowhere, use it. That is coordination, not coincidence. Soon you will notice the city tilt a degree toward ease. Lines will move faster when you two are tired. Traffic will pause for longer at the crosswalk. Emails will arrive with cleaner asks. Do not brag about providence, lean into it. Providence expands where gratitude lives and shrinks where pride performs. I will not promise that weather ends. I promise cover. When wind rises, I will lean into it with you. When night presses, I will burn brighter. When you forget, humans do, I will remind you without scolding, a lyric at the right second, a stranger using your private prayer out loud, a sudden laugh that breaks the room's heavy spell. Borrow my strength when yours dips. That is why I was sent. Before I release you to practice what you've heard, do this simple choreography once so it lives in your bones. Stand. Inhale slowly for 4. Exhale for 6. Turn your head toward the one you love and bless them without touching, light over your mind. Rest over your body. Clarity in your choices. Boundaries without guilt. Joy that returns like morning. Good. You felt the blue ring hum. That hum is your confirmation. Keep it with you when you shop for groceries, when you answer emails, when you say no to the late invitation that tastes like old panic. Ordinary hours win holy wars. Heaven's emergency call is not panic, it is priority. You are the priority of God in this hour, and so is the one you love. Walk like it at dawn. Eat like it. Turn off what steals it. Turn toward what feeds it. Keep your lamp burning. And when the room tilts again, and it will, because patterns test, place your hand on your chest, say my name, and feel the floor steady. I am at your right hand, sword in the ground, eyes on the threshold. The light is on. Let what cannot live in it leave. Then rest. Tomorrow we build the kind of days where pressure has nowhere to sit. You are still within the blue ring, the one that hums like the edge of sunrise. I, Michael, am not leaving, the order from the throne is clear, remain until the threat forgets their name. Now that the first push has failed, the unseen has changed its tactic. It no longer rushes, it whispers. It will try to sound like reason, like responsibility, even like love. You must listen beyond tone to substance. Love will always leave oxygen, manipulation steals it. When you feel the air thinning, step back one pace and call my name. The pressure will break. The next hours will feel odd, as if your house has shifted half an inch to the left. That is the echo of the first strike dying. Do not chase the echo, let silence fill the gap. In that silence you will begin to sense movements you never noticed, the soft pulse of your own spirit, the gentle rotation of angels changing watch. Raphael is now stationed above the one you love. He works in microseconds, adjusting breath, softening adrenaline. Zadkiel circles the doorway with violet light that confuses every signal sent by the dark. Gabriel has taken position near their devices, words meant to pierce will land flat, harmless as paper. You will not see this, but you will hear proof, laughter that sounds unplanned, sleep arriving earlier, appetite returning. Do not call it coincidence, call it repair. Now heaven writes instructions. A page appears before me, blank until I speak. They must learn to guard joy as they guard truth, I read. Joy is not luxury, it is armor. When the one you love smiles for no reason, the enemy loses ground. So build small moments that manufacture nothing and welcome everything, music, food, sunlight. Joy is not denial, it is defiance without hatred. Feed it. I take you higher now, above the house, above the city. Look down. The lights of 1,000 homes flicker like a field of candles. Every candle has a name, every name has an angel. Some flames waver, some flare, some shrink almost invisible. The dark moves between them like smoke, seeking easy entry. You think this story is only yours? No. You are part of an entire front. When you pray for your loved one, the ripple stabilizes another soul miles away. This is strategy. Heaven wastes nothing. In the courts of day to come, records are being rewritten. You will see it in practical things. A job that once drained them loses interest, a friend they feared disappointing quietly drifts away, money they thought delayed arrives exactly on time. These are administrative miracles, small but surgical. I watch clerks of light stamping approvals you did not even request. You obeyed the main command, to guard, not to control. Heaven handles the rest. But there is one more phase, reflection. The unseen will attempt to re-enter through memory. It will replay guilt, highlight mistakes, whisper, if only. This is nostalgia weaponized. When it comes, remind both of you aloud, that chapter has no authority here. Say it once, calm. The loop collapses. You will feel a pop inside your chest, as if a bubble burst, that is the tether cutting. Let relief replace analysis. The mind will want to dissect, the spirit only needs to breathe. As night turns, a new color seeps into the ring, gold, not blue. That is permission to rest. You may sleep. I will patrol. My sword remains in the ground beside your bed, humming the same note the stars obey. If you wake in the small hours and see light where no lamp burns, do not fear. That is my reflection checking your perimeter. Sleep again. You are guarded. When dawn returns, there will be a single sentence waiting at the edge of your consciousness. It will sound like a thought, but it will be command. Begin building peace, not just keeping it. You will know what to do: call, write, fix, forgive, plan. Choose one. Each act of construction extends the ring another mile. Soon the one you love will wake lighter, look at you differently, sense that something shifted and not know why. Let them wonder. It is better that way. Faith grows best in the soil of quiet miracles. I will stay until the sun stands full. When you feel the hum fade, it is not abandonment, it is integration. The ring has become part of you. The light now answers your pulse. You will carry it into every room you enter. That is the end of emergency and the beginning of command. Walk as one who knows heaven watches, not because you might fail, but because you are trusted to succeed. You wake to light that feels older than the sun. It does not spill, it arrives with intention, touching corners that used to hide dust. I am here, still at post. The ring you stood in last night now hums beneath the floorboards, woven into the grain like memory. The emergency has ended. What remains is rebuilding, heaven's quieter miracle. The one you love breathes evenly in another room, the air above them folds and unfolds like the wings of something resting. You ask what comes next. Listen, protection was never the finish line. Safety is only the ground from which purpose can rise. I kneel and place my hand on the soil of your timeline. Threads shimmer up through my fingers, moments, choices, promises half kept. They rearrange into new constellations. Every fight you survived without bitterness becomes a lamp. Every apology you whispered when no one asked becomes mortar. This is how heaven constructs future from endurance. You feared the battle would mark you, instead it trained you. You can now touch wounded things without taking on their poison. That is the definition of healed. Walk with me. The city below is still ordinary, but watch closely. Pavement softens where you step, traffic shifts, conversations slow. Creation recognizes a recalibrated soul. In heaven's economy, wholeness is contagious. When you greet the first stranger today, peace will slip from your voice into theirs. They will not know why they suddenly want to live gentler. That is how restoration travels. This is your new assignment, to leak grace without strategy. I lead you toward the horizon, where light bends into form. Houses, trees, rivers appear, familiar yet renewed. Every place that once triggered fear now hums with possibility. You see the bench where arguments used to start, it glows faintly gold. That is reconciliation scheduled, not forced. A text will come next week from someone who finally understands the boundary you drew. Answer briefly, kindly, and then let silence finish the sermon. Heaven handles the long conversations. The one you love will soon feel the change too. They will wake from dreams that end not in panic but in laughter. The heaviness that used to crawl up their spine before storms will lift. You will notice small evidence, their handwriting steadier, their appetite for light returning. They will hum while washing dishes, and you will realize it's the same melody your grandmother used when she prayed. Generational repairs echo like that. You need do nothing dramatic. Presence is the new miracle. In the unseen, I meet with Raphael and Tzadkiel. We review ledgers glowing with names, yours, theirs, and others linked by mercy. Raphael records, healing achieved, expansion permitted. Tzadkiel seals the line with violet flame, whispering, may they never confuse calm with boredom again. That is heaven's way of saying, your peace will stay interesting. Expect creativity to return, expect invitations that fit your integrity instead of testing it. The era of forced proving is over. You ask, will joy really last this time? I turn you toward a field where wind moves like breathing. Every blade of grass bends and rises in the same rhythm. Joy, I tell you, isn't the absence of grief, it's the refusal to let grief dictate posture. Grief will visit, as all honest guests do, but it will knock, not invade. When it comes, offer it tea, let it speak, then escort it to the door. That rhythm will keep your house alive. Heaven measures maturity not by how loud you praise but by how quietly you maintain. Look higher. A cloud folds back to reveal the hall of rewards. There is no treasure in the human sense, only correspondence, letters from futures you built by staying kind when cruelty seemed efficient. One opens itself. It is from your future self, handwriting calm, thank you for not quitting when silence mocked you. Because you stayed, I am free to create without fear. You smile and tears rise, but they are warm, not heavy. That is the taste of fulfillment beginning. Now the Father speaks, not thunder, but warmth that saturates everything. They kept watch. They chose mercy over revenge. Increase their influence, but hide their ego. 1,000 yes ripple outward. Doors will open with no advertising. Voices that dismissed you will echo your phrases. Finances will stabilize without fanfare. You will feel a sudden need to simplify, obey it. Simplicity is wealth in heaven's dialect. The smaller your distractions, the larger your impact. I show you one more vision. It is months ahead, an evening drenched in soft gold. You and the one you love sit near water, the air hums like answered prayer. They tell you they feel lighter inside, and you recognize the tone of a person no longer surveilled by fear. You laugh, not because everything is perfect, but because perfection stopped being the goal. The goal is presence, and you have mastered it. I record that laugh and carry it upward, it will echo in halls where angels study resilience. Before I withdraw, I press 3 gifts into your hands. First, a small mirror made of clear flame. When doubt arrives, look into it. It will show you the truth minus fear's distortion. Second, a seed wrapped in light, planted in any plan you start. It guarantees growth only at healthy pace, never too soon, never too late. Third, a feather edged with blue, keep it near your tools, your instruments, your words. It reminds the heir who guards your craft. With these, you will walk steady through the decades ahead. I return my sword to the sheath but leave its resonance behind. When you hear a low hum between tasks, that's it reminding you, balance before brilliance. Guarding before giving. The emergency call that began this night has become an ongoing commission. Live so that others feel protected in your presence. Now stand where you are. Stretch your hands as if touching invisible sunlight. The air thickens, brightens, answers. I speak the final decree, peace will follow them like a scent. Provision will find them like wind. The one they love will grow strong, and their days will be long in calm. You feel warmth climb your spine, that is agreement signing itself on your body. The horizon folds back into ordinary daylight. Birds resume their work. You check the clock and realize only minutes have passed. Yet the architecture of your world is different, angles softened, light steadier, hope practical. That is restoration. Walk through it without apology. The ring hums once, lowers into stillness, and becomes habit. Heaven's emergency has become heaven's culture. I, Michael, remain at your right hand, no longer in alarm, but in partnership. When you build, I will guard. When you love, I will amplify. When you rest, I will patrol. And when you forget all of this, I will whisper the only line you'll need to remember: peace is not fragile, it is your inheritance.